them come. This is their fate.
All right. Welcome back to the House of Wolves podcast. It's been a minute. Life comes at you fast, and you just gotta go with it. My man's had some issues. He had some family stuff. I don't know if he's gonna talk about it or not, but we got through that. Then vacations, then Beyonce, and there's plenty of stuff that happened that was like all over. It was all chaos, pure chaos. But the House of Wolves veterans are back, and we're back, and we're here to stay. I can't even say it with a straight face no more. We're back, and we're back today. So love us now, maybe later. But yeah, we're here. We're trying to get it started, and we got some topics for y'all. We got plenty to talk about. There's plenty to talk about. We missed a couple of weeks, so there's plenty to talk about. But yeah, let me get my guys to introduce themselves per usual. Jalen, Josh, how you guys doing? What you been playing? What you been up to? How's life going? The joys, the ups, the downs. What you been up to for the last four weeks? Really, it's been 4 weeks. That's how long it's been. It's been a while.
4 weeks. That's enough time to Jalen go over the whole country.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
He always at the airport.
Yes, sir. He don't skip a beat.
Nah, I feel like I guess I kind of have. I'm laying low now, so I'm tired of planes, kind of.
Yeah. So
no, you don't believe me.
Nah, I don't. But it's cool. I mean, everybody got their thing. You like to jet set. You like to jet set all across the country. It's cool though, because it seems like you enjoy yourself every time you step out. Everybody's having fun, enjoying life, and it's good. So I'm happy that you get to do that. I'm jealous too because I got kids and I can't do none of that. But happy and jealous at the same time, just lightly, just a little hate, not a lot of hate, just a little hate.
It's gonna come back to bite me in the butt when I have kids at a later age.
Nah, I think you're gonna get it out your system. That's what you're supposed to do. You get it out your system. But what I did want to we're gonna talk about it anyway. But obviously, I don't even know if y'all know about DreamCon, but DreamCon happened, and it's a bunch of black creators and all that stuff got together and kind of did a thing, and it was in Houston. And I've seen a lot of conversation around that, so I'm interested in talking about that a little bit as well.
I thought it was in Austin.
I thought it was in Houston. Is it in Austin, Texas?
I know somebody that wants.
I thought they moved it to Houston, but maybe it was in Houston at first and again moved to Austin. But I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is in Austin. You know somebody that went?
Austin. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just thinking about jet set, and I was like, my wife asked me like, "Why you ain't go?" And I was like, "Cause I got these babies." What you mean? She said, "Why you ain't go?" I said, "What do you think? I don't know. Maybe these little two crazy babies running around here right now. We out here isolated. I ain't got no help. It's just me and you, my baby. What you mean? I'm supposed to jet off to Creator Con and just leave you here with the kids?" But yeah, that was an interesting a question. I was like, I don't know. Now, you know what? I don't know. Why didn't I? I had to think to myself, why didn't I go? I was like, man, get out of here. But
next year.
Yeah. That's why it brought me back to that space when you said, yeah, I'm just out here living my dreams and going across the country doing what you gotta do at a moment's notice. And I'm just like, man, he kids. Nah, but I love them. Don't get it twisted, y'all. Don't cancel me. I love my babies. But yeah, it's interesting. But all right, go ahead, continue. Sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you, JBZ. What you mean? All that extra long, awkward pause. I was talking to you. You talk about
I don't know.
Man, what you been up to?
Man,
I ain't been up to nothing,
Dino
man.
Frame.
Outside of Dino Frame. Don't even talk to me about Dino Frame because you aren't experienced enough to even have an opinion yet. You played twice.
Man, I done seen
You're
enough.
not experienced enough to talk about it at all, or even give an honest opinion because you only played it twice.
I got a
ain't
couple
trying to
hours
hear.
in that game, man.
You ain't got no couple hours. Couple hours on the menu screen waiting for somebody to load up, but you ain't got no couple hours in.
Nah, man, I played that game for at least 2 hours.
Don't take the audience with your nonsense right now. We gonna talk about Exoprimal, but we ain't gonna talk about it started with you. So let's just talk about how you been, what you been playing, and go from there.
Hey man, y'all ain't heard from me in a minute. I've been traveling and stuff like that. I got delayed flights and you know what I'm saying, that good stuff. But for the first time, I spent the block on the plane. I went one place in one day and then came back that same day on the plane. Never thought I'd do that, but I did and did.
How'd that go for you, King?
0 out of 10 would not recommend.
0 out of 10 would not recommend for sure.
I was on Barebone Airlines or Spirit Airlines, whatever you call them. I bang with Spirit sometimes, but sometimes they get a little annoying. But definitely did that. I had one up for one of my good friends, her graduation. So I was definitely trying to show support because one, and most importantly, I know it would have been reciprocated. And two, don't even matter. It's like a 1% reason why. I ain't have a good reason to not go.
Facts. It's always that one. It's always that one. I ain't got no good reason not to go. That's always that one that gets you, right?
You know, they gonna be like, man, you doing all this and flying places to see other people and do this, and you couldn't even just come to
tell me you want. First off, that's a mission. That's not like a thing. That's a mission, G. Whatever I'm doing, I have designated that time to do that, or the mission has been accomplished, or whatever I'm trying to get done. Versus, taking your time out your day, going to something in support of another. It ain't no in support of. This is in support of me. Those trips in support of me. This is in support of. See, that's the difference. So you gotta let them know that this is in support of. This is in support of. Me.
Excellent. Boy, backing me up, man. I'm about to use that next time. But it was cool though, man. I mean, it was a good time. I mean, it's still a good experience nonetheless. But other than that, I mean, I'm trying to lay low in August a little bit more because I've been kind of a little bit tired of traveling. And then I'm trying to I started back hooping a little bit more, so I'm in like a league or whatever. So that's cool too. Got a basketball game tomorrow. I'm just trying to make sure I'm, making the most every day. And I've been messing with this Lego set that I bought a couple months ago. So
okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing that now. As far as games I'm playing, I started playing. Y'all gonna think this kind of crazy, but it ain't that crazy. But I started playing this game called Stumble Guys, Rip Off Fall Guys.
What? Oh my goodness! On Steam, that's of all places. Steam.
I saw that. It was like Stumble Guys.
On my Steam deck.
Is this another Dr. Stone situation?
Yeah.
I knew it. I said, wait, why is he playing it? Okay.
So that I started playing Final Fantasy 15 just a little bit. So I mean, it's straight so far. I'm trying to get into it. So I'm gonna see how that game play out or whatever. It's still early to say or whatever, but I ain't been on my PS5 for a while. And I just realized I ain't turned my PS5 on in I think it's 2 months. I'm like, dang, that much time passed?
Yeah, it's when you got other games to play, man. That Xbox, baby.
Man, I knew that word was coming. I was going to say it for you.
That Xbox getting a little love, which is cool. But I mean, obviously they got more work to do. They got more work to do.
DVR.
Stop it. You played Exoprimal. What you mean? You might be able to play Lies of P when that come out if you want to. I was thinking about getting Lords of Fallen because it looks cool, but I don't know. I ain't trying to spend no money. So
Clunky, so
it's not clunky no more. You got to go watch some gameplay. G. I think they changed it. Now, Fat Souls before that it was a terrible game for sure. Lords of the Fallen, the first original, terrible game. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if they was like, oh, they found their niche. No, they didn't. That junk was trash. And I played a good decent amount of it too. And I was like, yeah, Surge was much better. If y'all want to play a game that Souls like that was like in that same cloth, but was like a different dystopia or whatever, I'd rather you play Surge or Surge 2 versus playing those
what is
games.
that? Robo Souls?
Robo Souls, yep.
Yeah.
Robo Souls is much better.
People saying, what's the game? The Remnant 2 is really good.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Oh, that's the
Remnant
tree
2.
game, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a tree game with the little roots and stuff.
We're
I heard
supposed to play
that
the
was
first
good
one.
too. I mean, there's plenty of games, and I know that game was. I don't know if that game $50 or $60. I don't know, but I saw it for cheap somewhere, and I was like, "Oh, it's already that cheap." Okay, interesting. But I mean, I already got Diablo, and I ain't played it yet, so I'm
You
gonna
beat
leave it
Dead Space?
alone. Nope, I ain't even beat Final Fantasy, and I really don't want to spoil it for people. I really want y'all to just play it, but I don't like it at all. Like this game could really just miss me at this point. I'm just like, this is not. I don't even know how people are like game of the year contender at all in any degree. Like, I'm so done with this game and so much of its lazy design that I'm just kind of like, what? How do people play this and find it? And I'm like, this got to be a banger ending. And that's the thing. I haven't beat it, so I'm just trying to hold off on really ripping it because I haven't beat it. So I'm not finna be. I'm not finna just try to. I'm not finna do that. But the mechanics, the art, the very linear, focused, and non-interactive world, the very basic side quests that don't really get much and no much extra to you, and I'm feeling like I'm wasting my time and not actually learning something new. There are some decent ones, but at the same time there's too many far in between where I'm just going to find something. I'm just like, what the heck did I play and what did everybody else play? So I'm still trying to figure that out, and I don't want to put that on the top of the pod either. So but yeah, let's go into you, Josh, because this is a long intro. What you been up to?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's been a couple weeks at this point, but I came down with the T virus.
Oh yeah, COVID-19.
Yeah,
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
It spread pretty quickly throughout the whole house, so everybody came down with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got through it, because we, get your vaccines. The symptoms will be less worse.
Yeah, for sure.
We got through it in about a week, and then after that, I just been trying to catch up on a lot of games. So when I was sick, I played through the Shadow War games, the Lord of the Rings games. They're okay. The sequel just pissed me off because they the first game was 10 hours. The second game is 30 hours for no reason. It's this is so repetitive and dumb. But I made it through the game. I enjoyed it, but it was it didn't need to be this long. What else I beat? I beat Guardians of the Galaxy game 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely one of my favorite. I mean, I haven't played Spider-Man, but what I would say is that the Guardians of the Galaxy game is about the same quality as the movie. You get to speak to all the characters, you get all their backstory. They spent a lot of time building the relationships between them. And overall, the game is just fun, and the music that they have, when you do your special attack, it'll play a real song, from the 80s. And then I would just say the music selection is really good. It's all poppy and rock 80s music. But I was fighting a boss, and I did my special, and it started playing the Rickroll song. Never Let You Down. I was well, actually, when I listened to the whole song, this song kind of hit.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
definitely.
But it was just a fun game. and I enjoyed it a lot. Like, I don't know why I want to compare it to the movies, but I feel like all the characters in the game are so good, like the actors, that I kind of compare them to like the actors in the movies because I
Mm.
like Drax in the game a whole lot more than the movie because he's funny in the movie and like I like him to be funny, but other than being funny, he doesn't really have a character in my opinion. Whereas like in the
Gotcha.
game, they actually like really go into his story and his family and like stuff like that. So if you haven't played it, I recommend it. You probably pick it up for like $5. I'm pretty sure I got it for free because like Square Enix sold uh Eidos Montreal who made the game. So this game is like dirt cheap now.
Oh yeah,
But
I
it's
think it's
really
still
good.
on Game Pass to be too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I had it on Steam. I think I got it for like $5 at some point. But yeah, it's really good. Other than that, it was another game I was playing other than Dino Frame, but I forgot. Other than that, just trying to clear out my all these games I got downloaded, play through them all, delete them, so I can make space because August and September, bunch of big releases,
It's gonna be
and
crazy.
try to hit as many of them as I can. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy for sure, for sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is like the worst time to take a break because there's been so much that happened and like something that's going to happen. So I don't want to continue to keep taking breaks, but yeah, it's just a lot. But overall, what I've been doing, I've been trying to beat Final Fantasy. Karina just started playing Zelda, so we've been going through that, doing shrines and all that whatnot. I um so yeah, I've been doing that with her. I've been playing a lot of Exoprimal, probably the sleeper of the year. Nah, I'm just playing. It's definitely fun, but it's like it's only fun because I have children and I don't have time to be like talking to people, coordinating, and it's not that much coordination in the game. It's arcadey. All you gotta do is worry about your score. So it's not so much I have to pay attention to, and coordinate with, and I love it for that because it's mindless. I can play it in the background. Don't really have to listen to it. I don't care for the story, so it's always something I can just throw on and keep and play. But I've been playing that. Like you said, I got Dead Space in the tuck. I still got to beat. I got I still got it was Dead Space, Midnight Sun. I picked up. What else did I pick up? I picked up like two other games. I mean, I still got Jedi Survivor, which I actually like. I'm so mad I'm wasting all my time on Final Fantasy. And I think that's the reason why I don't like Final Fantasy anymore. I mean, even more is because I'm just like, I'm so ready to get past it to play something else because it's not intriguing to me. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's a miss for everybody, but it's for sure a miss for me. But I'm gonna beat it, and then I'm gonna give an honest opinion after that. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse right now, and like not giving y'all everything on why I don't like it.
Mhm.
And then I'm still looking forward to a bunch of games, a bunch of things that I'm doing, and stuff like that. And lately, I just been golfing a lot, trying to get my golf game better. That takes a lot of time. I just been chilling, really trying to work on other things and do so much at the same time that it's kind of taken away from other stuff that I enjoy like this. So I'm just trying to get back to a normal schedule, normal time frames, try to be on schedule, try to be on time, and get back to it and be a little bit more consistent. That's the word I'm looking
Yeah.
for. Consistency is key. Anything you want to build, anything you want to do, just be consistent. Take one step at a time. You'll get there eventually. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
The,
I ain't
the
really
game
got.
that I forgot was my bad because I wanted to mention it to Jalen because I know he hadn't played it. Is Hi-Fi Rush. We talked about it earlier this
Hmm.
year. Really good game. People like it, but I was struggling to figure out how to describe the game because it's not really Devil May Cry. But when I was playing through it recently, I'm like on the third world or whatever, third level, and it's just like to describe it to Jalen. It's like Hi-Fi Rush is a Kingdom Hearts world Like when you go to Space Paranoids or whatever, it's like the whole world is unique, whereas like everything is black and white, all the background and everything is moving, because it's supposed to be like a cartoon. Like the whole world is designed to like feel like that, and it reminded me a lot of Kingdom Hearts, and especially when you actually get into the combat where you have your like basic 3-hit combo, you hit somebody in the air, and then you know got your aerial combo, and you got a couple finishers, and so that's what I like about it. It feels a lot more like Kingdom Hearts 2. So I'm still keep playing through it. It's a goofy like cartoonish game, but it's fun. So if Jalen hasn't played it yet, maybe at some point he'll play it. But
yeah, man,
and it's free on Game Pass.
Already recommend. Yeah,
it's free on Game Pass.
No, okay.
And the art is kind of like it's cartoonish, but they do the thing where the cutscenes are like 24 frames. But the game
it's like Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, so it takes some getting used to, but overall the game looks really good.
Yeah, I know you played Guilty Gear, so if you remember how that looked, it's like that
Yeah.
stop animation, but it's like it's anime, but it's stop animation at the same time. It's like 3D effect of it. So not stop animation. Is it stop animation? I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's like that. But it's cool. It's cool. I really liked Hi-Fi Rush. Another game I didn't finish completely, but the most of it, what I played, I think I'm in the third world too. I liked everything about it, so I think it's cool. I just, pick up something, then you drop it for something else. But yeah. All right. Well, let's get into a few things. I don't know where to start, so I think I'm gonna just go back to something I'm super familiar with, which is Exoprimal. I kind of want to just talk about why it is amazing. I guess everybody is hating on this game. I think everybody's hating on it because it's $70. If it wasn't $70, people wouldn't hate on it. I didn't pay $70, so I think that's why I'm like, okay. But if I did pay that amount of money, I would still feel like I got my money's worth right now because it's replayable, it's rewarding, and you have a lot of replayability to it. I mean, it's like replayability, it's rewarding, and it's a decent loop or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I have to put the money up to be like, oh no. This isn't something I'm going to buy over another game. Like, I'm not going to buy this over Diablo. I'm not going to buy this over Remnant. Because I actually had some cadence with Remnant before. But if it's something that I can just try, I think I'm going to try it. And I think a lot of people are kind of just shooing it away. Or at least playing the first little bit of it and then not caring about playing the rest. So let me tell you about the little bit of the rest so that you can kind of get a better understanding of what's truly going to happen and what you're going to be able to play through. So you start off with these very mundane basic missions and whatever, and they're not fun. They're not bad, but they're not fun either. I think the missions get really, really fun around like level 25 or clear 25. That's when the game starts to open up, starts to bring in new mechanics, new stuff. New stuff starts happening in the world. You start to fight bosses. You start to do raid type situations where everybody is fighting up against one thing. And it starts to open up the realm of possibilities of a squad, of you going in with a team that you coordinated beforehand to kind of get the best points, work on the best things, and do the best in the game. Not saying that any of this is necessary. I haven't played with anybody that we was coordinating attacks outside of talking to Jalen about just how we want to go attack something or whatever. But it wasn't really necessary. So what I'm trying to get at is that it gets better the more you play. The story does not. I mean, the story is just bad. But at least the gameplay and the loop gets better. as well as the rewards for playing and leveling a certain character. You always feel rewarded because if you put the time into a character, you get unlockables and mods and things like that to make the character better as well. So it has that appeal of enjoyment. Now, to say that there's a cap on time of how much you can play, there is a cap. I could say this game is about 50 hours to do a lot of the stuff. I've put in probably like 40 or 37 hours, and I feel like I've done a lot. I'm at like 89% of the story, but there's so much replayability that I feel like there's plenty of things for me to do outside of that and just try different builds, different things, and have some more fun in a game. Like, you can squeeze more fun out of it. That's how I feel about it. But at the end of the day, it is a game that you have to, take your time with, in doses. You don't want to be playing it all day, but it's possible. It's a loop, and I enjoy it. I don't really interested in playing like 200, 300 hour games. I don't really feel like playing long online only server type games like Diablo, unfortunately. So I would rather play Exoprimal, even though it's online and all that good jazz too. But there's like matches. You do the match, you leave. You don't have to worry about, being disconnected or staying online the whole time or going through a dungeon that's taking longer than what you want to play. So set time limits, fun moments, action packed, and truly it started to become a race to the top. Like, I'm trying to be the MVP every time, so just how to mid max and have the best build or whatever is something that I truly enjoy. And I think most people, if they actually played it and continue to play it, I think they find that enjoyment in the game too, because it's not bad, and it doesn't feel like you're being cheapened or you're being forced into microtransactions. I think you get plenty of war chests and things like that, but people might have different opinions. But my opinion is that Exoprimal is a solid 7 out of 10. That's what I would give it, because it's actually provided quite a lot of enjoyment that I wasn't expecting, and it's on Game Pass. So there's Exoprimal in a nutshell. Before we let Jalen get his stuff off, Josh, how do you feel about Exo? We don't like your opinion. Yeah, that's why. So you gotta say yours for last. I felt
the same way as like Deontay and Jalen in the beginning, where it's like I don't really see anything good about this. It's like an easy 5 out of 10. I'm gonna skip it. But I kept seeing people talk about it online, and I was at least curious to see why people kept talking about it. Because like something like Forspoken, which probably is a decent game, but nobody played it, and it's like, if people can skip that game, why are they playing Exoprimal or whatever? So I jumped back in, and it does grow on you. It is an arcade game. Like it definitely feels like something we could play at Dave and Buster's. Like, just get on the machine, grab your robot, and shoot at dinosaurs. And for that, at least it's fun, and I'll say that the game works. Like, we played a bunch of games where the servers crash and you get kicked for matches and stuff like that. I've never had any online technical issues. So if I got 20 minutes and I don't feel like starting up something else, I'll just go on Exoprimal, play a match, and then be done. Because especially with so many games now, I want to enjoy them fully. I want to play Hi-Fi Rush and go through the whole story and have fun. But if I'm playing through a whole mission, it's at least an hour or more, and I don't always have that time. So Exoprimal is I guess people say it's a popcorn movie, but I guess this is my popcorn game. I have no stakes in it. I don't care about the story. I don't actually care about winning that bad. Just want to have fun, shoot at dinosaurs, see how fast we can beat the mission. And for that, it's fun. It still was a little bit disappointing that it wasn't as good as like other Capcom games, because I still feel like they missed in a lot of spaces
on this one. They ain't been missing lately, but
what it is,
I mean, but a 7 out of 10 is still like better than half the other stuff that's out there right now. Unfortunately, it's just like a lot of fluff. So what I like about Capcom is they put the focus on the gameplay. The rest of that package is like What? The story is
Well,
what?
$70
Cutscenes is what?
much.
Yeah. No, I agree that the money, the pricing, and all that stuff. I'm talking about like, I guess I'm more so trying to get at that. Yeah, it was a 7. I felt, well, at least for me, it was a 7 out of 10. But I felt like I didn't get my time wasn't wasted, but with a lot of fluff. They let me skip everything. I didn't have to watch cutscenes all the way through. I could just skip them, like everything. I didn't have to. They did not force me into a story I didn't care about. They allowed me to pick the things I wanted to play, and that's what I liked. So as long as they keep doing that with their games, I don't think they could ever truly lose. Because even with Exoprimal being a miss, I'm still keeping that as Capcom is experimenting. Maybe not the best experiment, but at least they know how to make a game fun. So it's simple. Like that is my most important key, and I still haven't lost faith in them. That's good. So I'm still looking forward to their next release, and I'm be interested in what they do next because Capcom has been on a tear and they know what they're doing. But obviously there's a thing as well performing IPs, and then there's new. So this got the new going against it. It's not Dino, whatever they call it. What is the game called that people want? No, Dino Crisis.
Yeah, Dino Crisis. It's a dinosaur Resident Evil game.
Yeah, everybody wants that. So it has that going against it, and then on top of that, the beginning of the game isn't that interesting. So it's a lot going against it. But once you get to that loop, once you get into the game, you will find some excitement there.
Did either of y'all play Lost Planet on the 360?
Yes.
Or PS3?
I did.
Yeah, like I was expecting more of something like that, where it's like the online is just really fun and like competent and stuff like that. Whereas it is, but the Lost Planet had an easier hook in me right away, whereas it took a longer time. But once you accepted that, this is just like a fairly simple game, you just jump in and play. I think a lot of people will still enjoy it for that, and especially I say if it was free to play, people would have had a better impression of it. But paying $70 for it, I expected a bit higher quality, like on par with something like Resident Evil or something.
Yeah.
Honor.
No, I agree. And, that's a lot of money too. So I mean, I agree, but I still have fun, and I'm glad that it was on Game Pass so I could try it because I would never tried it. And I think there's plenty of that stories out there where you can just have fun with a game, but I think this is probably the most ease of access type of game there ever was for me, where it was like I don't have to commit too much to it and I still get a lot from it. So there's a balance there. Of course, there's plenty of games that you can have fun in, but there is a balance between how much effort it is to get to that fun. So I feel like they did a good job of balancing that out, because literally it only took me like 3 more games before I was like, oh, okay, I understand this now. Okay, I see how they're moving faster than me while they're doing this and how they're doing it. And then I kind of started picking up slowly about the mechanics and understanding the gameplay. So overall, now I'm out there getting my MVPs left and right, but before I was trash. So it doesn't take that long to start having fun. But you can go now, Jalen. How do you feel?
Man, it sounds like you don't want me to go.
Did I say that? I said, how do you feel, man?
How you feel? Show name again.
What's your name again? Hey, he got wristband? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, he got wristband.
Nah, man. All right. So, where do I start with this game, man?
You got a lot of experience with mediocre online games, so give us your perspective. You play OG Warframe. Even I ain't do that.
Yeah.
So,
let's talk about DreamCon. I know that just happened over the weekend. A lot of stuff happened, but I wasn't following that closely. Honestly, I was following it more so like pictures, things like that. But I know there's a lot of conventions going on, a lot of things that they were doing there. I heard they was able to even release like the Mortal Kombat, the black character. I don't know who it was. I forget his name. Garrus. Yeah. They were able to like reveal that too, and I was like, oh, that's dope. And then they had like the dodgeball tournament. I seen a little bit of that. But yeah, thought it was cool that they had like a large black creator, artist, nerd convention. I know DreamCon been going on since 2019, but I think this is like the biggest it's ever been. I heard a little chatter online about it being like having some problems, but that's expected to me, honestly. But as long as they're doing better, it looked like they're getting better. I still think it was cool, the event. So, but yeah, I wanted to kind of just mention it and talk about like what y'all saw, if y'all saw anything, and then how y'all feel about us having like a little space to go to do.
So I didn't
weird
see
stuff,
a
and you could
whole
take your
lot
keyblade,
from,
Jalen. Slight shade.
I didn't see a whole lot
Slight.
from the actual event. Just like I saw like videos later, but I didn't see anything directly from the event. But I am in like a group of like people who like do art and program and stuff for games, and I saw a lot of them like attended, and like their pictures was like, oh, we had a talk or a panel, and it was like 50 of us here in this room. It's like, oh, that's actually really cool, and I wish that I could have been in that area to go to more events like that, because I mean, in the creative space, it's always good to connect with other people and network, but especially for like Black creators, there are a lot of Black creators around, but they're not always organized in the same place, so it's hard to make those connections, especially when you're from like a place. Well, I mean, we're from Detroit. Like, there are events there, but as far as like tech or like gaming related stuff, most of that is like West Coast, LA, Las Vegas, stuff like that. So it'll be good to get people from the Midwest and other places like that out in those spaces, where they can really thrive and meet other people. So I'll say when I can in the future, I definitely want to attend. So I'm proud of that, to say that at least.
For sure. Like, no, it was thought it was really dope to see all those people there supporting and coming out and just doing whatever they were doing. I know there was a lot of like events and like small like little, I don't know what you call them. It was like small events within the events. You know how they kind of have like breakout sessions or whatever. So they had a bunch of different things that you can register for and kind of go and talk to about. And it was a lot of interesting color being added online. They had some interesting people out there. But overall, I thought it was really dope. I don't think it was no big issues, like no fights or nothing like that, or no real something bad happened, basically. Felt like there was a lot of just positivity. And, it's dope to be able to do that type of stuff and not have an issue. And it's all kind of stemmed from RDC World and their John. I don't know if it was John leading the helm the entire time, but I know John is kind of like the developmental and like does all of the whole DreamCon thing. He does that, so that's his kind of baby or whatever. So yeah, I think it's cool that they was able to put that on, get a lot of stuff done, have a lot of events, a lot of vendors come out, show support, sponsorships, and get people to provide them things like that for their con, because they're competing with such larger and bigger and like more organized things that I'm kind of happy to see that they're succeeding in that space, because I would never go to a con. It's not like nothing against it, but the first con I'll ever go to is probably DreamCon. And outside of E3, like I'm never gonna go to a Summer Games Fest. I don't really find that enjoyable. It's not my type of entertainment. But DreamCon, things like that, I'm more than happy to kind of go out there and just kind of see what it's all about. And it might be a good time. So, I was talking to my wife about it. She was like, they was on Twitter talking about they need some deodorant, and I was like, what? I said, what do you mean? So I guess apparently it was a little musty up in there, and I was like, well, it's 20,000 people. They all can't be in the same spot. So you saying there was some outliers that were just musty? But yeah, apparently there was some must. But outside of that,
where you said the cons, I'm like, man, I bet there's some musty people in that joint. But or not so much as Dream Con, but I was thinking you said I ain't going to no other cons like summer games. I'm like, yeah, that boy probably be on slam in there. You know, people not using deodorant and stuff.
They say that about a bunch of cons. Like I heard that about E3. It be musty up in there. Bring extra deodorant because people be musty up in there. I heard that about a bunch of cons. So it's not like this is like exclusive to DreamCon or whatever. This is plenty of places where
would be less likely to
have
people in it.
Yeah, it's probably less likely, honestly, because we were kind of raised differently. Even if we have those types of interest, it was either hide them most of the time, or it was like you couldn't be a basement dweller. It wasn't like you could just be down there. It's not happening. You had to lived a very sheltered life, and unfortunately, Black people do not live a sheltered life most of the time. So if it's like Black creators, Black creatives, yes, they're gonna have those things, but they also have those fundamental life. They have those things that they need to be doing daily, because it just makes sense. You have to live in the outside world, but some of them slip. Some of them get a little, every now and again, you might play dodgeball, you might win for the basketball court straight there. Whatever the case may be. Yeah, some funky boys up in there, or some funky gals, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's what I heard. That's the word on the street is it was Must Town. Not Pound Town, but Must Town. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I think a lot of the coverage still coming out about it. And I think it's dope that they were able to pull that off. And I think it was like 22,000 people there, which is really great for that type of con. I think they grew that in less than 5 years. I seen a Supreme Dreams post. And it's just amazing what we really can do, or what people can do if they just put their mind to it. Like a lot of that stuff is inspirational because you don't really see that happening often. Not people going from like YouTube, creating things and really blowing up off of it, or having success in it and jumping out of the lane. Like I would love to see their comic book. I would love to see their anime. I think not a comic book, but their animation book, and things like that. Just kind of jumping out the norm and actually finding success. I'm always going to be here for that. So I thought it was really dope. Anything from you, Jalen? Anything you saw, heard of? For the Dream Con?
I ain't really talked to my friend about it, but not I ain't seen nothing like real specific. I think I seen a tweet that somebody's like, what they say, man? They said something about getting on the stage and saying Dragon Ball Z is like the best anime or something like that is crazy or something. And I was like, well, I didn't think that was that big of a deal, but I mean, I guess it depends if you say a fact, like this is the best anime versus like, this is my favorite anime. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't see anything about that. I just seen a couple people on Twitter talking about that. But other than that, I didn't see a whole lot about it. I'd probably ask about it a little bit. Well, yeah, at some point in time. But I just remember seeing stuff about lines being super long and stuff like that. But I'm like that's to be expected at cons, and I think that's why cartoons always showing that stuff anyway, with the long lines.
Yeah, no, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's regardless of what you think, what you do, it's gonna be there. So, I just thought it was dope that they even had that, be able to have that type of convention, pull that off, get some amount of people there, and really have a successful event over the weekend. So, happy for them.
Right.
And I look forward to going to one. I don't know which one, but I look forward to going to one at some point. Which
I'm
I think
going
is
next
good.
year.
Well, you probably could. You know, you ain't got no babies. You ain't got no nothing like that. I mean, you got to put in a little PTO, but that ain't hard. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's about it. You know, I gotta coordinate. You know, you gotta coordinate. You gotta coordinate everything nowadays. So, but yeah, nah, that'd be dope. You check it out. Tell us what's going to happen the next time. Just like Josh when he went to Japan, he's like, "All right, so what we gotta do?" Because I sure ain't know nothing. So yeah, you can lead the way on DreamCon. You go there, tell us what it is, tell us what we should and should not do, and then come back report. We go that next time, better than ever. But yeah,
Bring deodorant.
mm-hmm. I gotta find me a dope Naruto jacket. I gotta find me something dope to wear. That's like that would be cool to rock there. Something, but it's hot in Austin, so it'll probably be some. I don't know. Well, I don't know what that'd be, but we'll see. But yeah. What else? I mean, there's plenty, but I'm just trying to figure out where to go next. I know there's a lot of games coming out. I think what was the last thing that I don't even remember. The last thing that I played, or I mean, not the last thing I played, but the last like time we went through and talked about the games that are actually going to be releasing soon. I don't think we did that in a minute. So, I mean, let's pull it up here. Let's pull it up. Let's see what's going on. Games releasing this month. Yeah. I guess Josh, you could talk about what games you're looking forward to. I know there's plenty, but there's some stuff that's coming out in August. I think the biggest ones are Armor Core, and I think it's just Armor Core. Immortals of Avium, that one too. And I don't think Baldur's Gate come out this week or this month.
It does on PC. I think the console version comes out next month. Gotcha. Yeah, between August and September, I was just going to include them together because a lot of these games, are long. Like Starfield, you're going to be playing for like months.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just wanted to see and get y'all get the temperature of what games y'all are going to try to touch. Because like I for sure I got like 8 games on this list already, and I can't play them all in 2 months. Because like Baldur's Gate 3 is one that I was interested in because I like RPGs. It's a really good. The developers, this is their first time making Baldur's Gate, but their games are good. It's really long, a lot of dialogue, a lot of good characters. It's kind of like a fantasy Mass Effect, but a lot bigger and more complicated because like you can create a custom character, obviously, but they also have like set characters. I forget what they call it, where it's like I can make a human guy as my custom character and design them, or I can pick this human character that they already created who has a backstory, who already has a story that you're going to follow through the whole game, which is good because it gives you direction in the sense where I don't always have an inspiration for a character, but if you have a written character already, I can just choose that character. But what's interesting about it, at least, is that let's say I do create a custom character or I pick one, like I'm a skeleton man. When you go into town, some people are not going to want to talk to you because you're a skeleton, and like it's all the whole game has different systems that changes based on your character, your race, like what type of spells and magic and stuff like that so it's a lot of systems that work together, so it's really deep. But the game is like over 100 hours long, so good luck with that, trying to finish it in 2 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So I think
Immortals of Avian.
Immortals of Avian. I mean, the games that I want to touch, but I'm probably not going to touch, are Immortals of Avian, Armored Core, and unfortunately, Mortal Kombat 1. The games I will be touching are Cyberpunk, the DLC, Lies of P, and Cocoon. Those are the only ones I'm going to actually play. And it's unfortunate for Mortal Kombat because I really think it's going to be a great game, but I have Street Fighter and I'm really trying to just play so much right now that I don't have the capacity to try another fighter. And unfortunately, they just win by default because they came out first. I don't really want to spend that money on another game that I might play little to not often. So, it's unfortunate, but yeah, might be the case.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat is one, like, I'm interested in it, but it's also a game that's like you said, it's expensive. The game's $70 plus an expensive season pass, and I don't know if I got time for it, especially because I still got Street Fighter and I'm enjoying it. But you didn't mention Starfield. Are you skipping it?
That don't come out in oh no, I'm not skipping Starfield.
In September. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it come out in September. You're right. No, I'm not skipping that, and I think I'm looking at a PlayStation list. That's what's the problem. I just want to look at the list.
The whole list. Yeah, why is it not including?
Bro, what is going on? I'm gonna have to cut so much because this is what the heck is happening with my computer? It's just like freezing.
And you gotta go buy it and get a hold of it.
And something happened.
You finna summon you to fight some raptors.
Summoning raptors. Summoning raptors. Bro, I don't have that much opened for you to be tripping like this for real. I'm gonna close everything down. Dang, my tongue just said like stupid. Okay, sorry guys. Technical difficulties per usual. But this time it's the computer's fault, not me. But yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, Starfield is the only other one that I probably won't skip because again, it's coming to Game Pass, and a lot of these games just take up so much time, dude. But yeah, I'm going to try to play Starfield. Cocoon is like an indie game that's from the people from Limbo and Inside. I love their games, so I'm going to play it. And then there is those other ones that I want to get to. When does Lords of the Fallen come out?
Probably maybe October or something. Yeah, October 13th.
Okay. Yeah.
Same day as Assassin's Creed.
And it's coming out right next to Alan Wake 2. And that's another game, dude. What the heck, man? This year has been so insane. This is an insane year, dude. This is like probably the most games that have come out that I'm actually looking forward to. Like even Jalen got stuff. He got Super Mario RPG coming out November 17th. He got games. He got games he can play that he might be interested in. Everybody has something this year. I just want to get
Final Fantasy coming out at the end of the year.
December. Or is it November? No, it's December. Well, at least it's supposed to. I could have sworn it's supposed to. So, yeah. Everybody got something, guys. If you ain't got no game to play this year and you saying it's dry out here, you are not a gamer. You play Call of Duty. Stop it. Call
of Duty coming out this year, ain't it?
That's it.
It's supposed to.
It's supposed to, but I mean, ain't no announcement been happening yet. Nothing. it's very weird. It's very quiet out here for Call of Duty to be dropping in a couple months. So we'll see. But yeah, like I don't know. This has been like a great year for games in just a lot of different ways. I mean, you got Zelda, you got Super Mario RPG, you got the isn't the new Super Mario game coming out this year too, or no?
Wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hopefully this year.
It's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I actually want to play Wonder. It looks cool. It has like a different style. I'm so sick of Mario's same style, but yeah, that one looks cool. So it's just a bunch of stuff, man. A bunch of stuff that I don't have time for. But I'm definitely gonna be oohing and ahhing over stuff, huh?
You gotta be Dead Space.
I know. I gotta be Dead Space. I gotta be Final Fantasy. I gotta be Jedi Survivor. I gotta be Midnight Sun. I gotta be Diablo. Not beat it, but finish the story in Diablo.
I've been hearing y'all say Midnight Sun all year, bro.
Yeah. How long is that game, Josh?
If you're doing everything like I did, it's over 100 hours.
That's over with.
Bro, I mean, where's the 20-hour games at, dog? Send me to the 20-hour game.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, I'm about to beat that because I literally am like on chapter 6, and I just stopped playing.
That game is a lot longer than 6 chapters.
I thought chapter 6 was like
No, that's what I thought too. The story feels like it's gonna end at chapter 6. That game is 15 chapters.
Oh,
dang.
Okay. Well, I need to get back to it then, because I must be at like hour 6 or something, hour 4 maybe, hour 6. But okay, well, but I know that game is good, and I actually like that story that was going down, but I just never went back to it.
Yeah.
I gotta go ahead and finish that. Did you play on your PC or you played on your Xbox?
I played it on PC.
Okay. So you had your 60 FPS.
Yeah, it runs well on PC. I didn't have any issues. 120.
Look at this guy. You hear this guy? 120. Easy. Not me. I'm struggle busting it just to record this audio. That mug says that boy over here taking a dog nap. I'm looking like
bro.
I got corrupted.
One thing I was gonna say about Mortal Kombat, since we mentioned it, is that everything looks good. The game looks good. I'm sure I will enjoy the story when I eventually get to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of disappointed that all the characters are all old characters.
Me too.
Because Geras,
yeah,
Geras is cool. Now a lot of black characters in Mortal Kombat, but he didn't need to come back. Like,
yeah,
he died in 11, and there's no real reason to bring him back unless he's gonna do something crazy and knowing he'd be a bad guy or something like that. But still, I wish that they had more new characters instead of bringing back everybody from 11 and a couple ones from the classic game.
Now, when you say 11, you mean the one in the previous, right? The previous last one.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I don't really have a lot of stake in characters at all. I could care less what characters they bring to Street Fighter. I just need the ones that are there to be good. Now, I do like that there is new characters that I can try out, and I haven't experienced the way the style of play. But every Street Fighter to me has a different mechanic or something that changes the play style. Versus Mortal Kombat is kind of in a samey boat. I mean, it's familiarity there to Ryu and Ken and all that, but there's different things that make it, the drive impacts, the parry system now, those are new mechanics that make it feel refreshing and new. Versus, I know that there's not going to be much in Mortal Kombat that's going to change the ebb and flows of it, outside of the new, the characters now being able to come in, like the off-screen second character.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that goes, and I wonder how refreshing it feels. But I know it's going to be a top-tier game. I know that it's going to be fun to play. Right now, I just don't have the capacity to play it and really, truly enjoy it. I would just be playing it for 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours, and then probably never playing it again or playing it very sparingly. So I like the stories in the game, so I'm going to play it at some point, but I'm just going to wait for it to drop in price. That's going to be it's unfortunate because I'm probably going to want to play it, but I'm not going to do that because I know I'm not going to finish it. Just like the rest of these games, I got piled up. So at some point, people, you have to realize your capacity. Stop pretending like you could just play everything. There's a capacity to your gaming. And I've hit my threshold 4 games ago. And I just haven't stopped. So I need to just finish these ones and then reset and go back. You said what?
I'm saying, now listen to me. I'll be trying to be a good friend and stop, but...
Well, you just don't play games, and you have this perspective of just save your money. It don't matter if the game is good. So if your perspective was a little bit different, as in the game not that great because I got an opinion on it, then I would be like, all right, I get it. But your perspective is just save your money on everything, regardless of how good the game is. So I can't take your opinion serious outside of just save money. So I'm like, yeah, I know, save money. But it's nothing. There's no context there. There's no extra flavor. It's just literally save your money, king. But I'm like, all right, Jay.
But that's not what my context is.
What is your context?
What you just said. You say I don't have enough time to play these games, and then you be like, it's a good deal. I'm gonna go buy the game.
Well, that's no.
Then you say you're at your threshold. I don't care how you spend your money. It's your money. But you told us that you don't have time to play these games. But you go buy another one. That's what I'm getting at.
You're right. Okay. I guess I'm painting a picture that you're not painting. You're saying literally just simply you already talk about how you don't have time to play them, and yet every time a Flash show come around, you talk about I should cop. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You told us that, so I'm like, Beyonce, don't do it. You don't have the money. I mean, you have the money to. You don't have the time to play it. You're a perfectly capable man of paying for that. I have no doubt. But you don't have the time. You only got 24 hours in a day, and you got 2 kids, so you got to wait play. The games, they not 20-hour games. They want 40 hours of your time, and they want 2 hours for tutorial. It ain't enough time. I get it, bro. That's why I get.
That's why I be mad when I be sitting there and I be like, how can I finish Exoprimal before I finish Final Fantasy? But it's because
easy to get in, easy to get out.
Yeah.
Less brain power after a day of work. You just want to do something simpler. You don't want to be trying to figure out how to do this, that, and the third. And sometimes when games require you to do that, especially the ones with the story and stuff like that.
Yeah. So. I agree, Jalen. Thank you for putting that back into perspective. But yeah, I mean, you get the FOMO. You like, I'm not gonna buy it for cheaper. I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about Dead Space, and Dead Space was not what I was gonna find nowhere cheaper. But I get it. Yeah, probably should have bought it right now. It doesn't matter if I ain't playing it.
I'm gonna keep bringing it up till you beat it.
Dead Space ain't that long.
Nah, Dead Space ain't that long, actually. I could beat that soon. Yeah.
Exoprimal will get in time, though.
Exoprimal will get that time. Yeah, that's true. The facts. Factual. I think we got one more time. We got enough time for one more topic, then we're going to have to hop up out of here. What is that topic? I don't know yet, honestly. This is a very much so cobbled together, but we got plenty. Like I said, I keep saying it because we really do have a lot to talk about. It's just what do we want to talk about? I could talk about Xbox all day, but we already talked about them. and how they finally got their the Activision and everything to go through. I could literally talk about One Piece Netflix trailer.
Oh,
I could talk about my man's Gear 5 finna come out on One Piece. Ooh. I could talk about I'm watching
Dr.
this.
Stone.
Yeah, I could talk about Dr. Stone. I could talk about My Happy Marriage on Netflix. I've been reviewing that, going crazy. They know that's a real good one. That's a real good anime. Y'all should watch. I don't know. There's plenty. I don't know. There's plenty of things I can talk about. What y'all want to talk about?
I mean, is there anything y'all watching other than, I guess, One Piece?
Anime wise, no. Outside of that, My Happy Marriage, but nobody want to talk about that. But I been watching that, and I was going to get back into watching Jujutsu Kaisen because that just started, but I haven't started it yet. Yeah, I don't have much capacity for that either, but I know that there are certain ones that I want to watch, and the Jujutsu Kaisen is one of those for sure.
Man, that show good because they be jumping people on there, bro. I be like,
They be boxing for real.
bro, I'm like, man, this jump kind of tight, bro.
You just like because they jump people. Is that is that what
Yeah,
gets you
bro.
in? That gets you going? And he's like, yeah, get that.
But boxing though, they ain't just like Dragon Ball Z jumping people and they getting scraped. Like they
Yeah.
really be throwing hands. Like, that boy getting jumped, bro.
Jalen watch YouTube, not the show. So you've seen all the fights, but have you watched the show or you watched the fights?
Man, you know I ain't watch fights. I literally just watch anime. The only thing I watch anime is the fights. I love a good anime fight. I ain't heard boxing, bro.
Yeah, so he saw the fights. Jalen be talking to me about shows, and I don't even know the fights because I ain't got to that part yet. And Jalen be like, "Yeah, you seen that fight against what's up 1-for-all?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't seen it yet." You know, because he seen the fights.
Somebody else told me I'd be roaring. They be like, bro, why did you spoil it for me? I'm like, wait, what? It's all over YouTube.
Yeah, it's all on YouTube.
You see these
funny.
Facebook groups talking about these manga, the fights that happen in the manga. You ain't heard about that? It's all over YouTube.
Yeah, but I mean, I ain't been watching that much anime. I mean, to be honest with you, I've been watching One Piece, and I want to start Jujutsu. I mean, obviously, I finished Demon Slayer because those are fast, easy, and my wife loves Demon Slayer, so I can just watch that with her. But you know, but yeah, outside of that, I ain't really had no lots of anime. I mean, that anime is just like gaming. It gets to a point where you gotta just cut it. You gotta cut it down to a small group. I mean, I know y'all wasn't big anime fans or like big on like watching a bunch of them. Y'all was probably anime fans, but not big on watching a bunch of them. I used to watch a bunch of them. I'm talking about Black Clover. I used to watch Fairy Tail. I used to watch like One Piece, Naruto. I used to watch. I watched some of Boruto. I was watching like I watch a lot of slice of life. Anime too. So I was watching a lot. Assassination Classroom, Prison School, which that was weird, but I thought it was funny. What else? It was a few of them I watched, but yeah, I watched a few. My Light in April made me cry. I remember watching that. It was funny. I was talking to Quasi about it. He's like, I watched this show, and I was like, you watched that show? I don't believe you watched that show. He said he watched it. He said it had him messed up too. I was like, dog, it was tragic. It was a tragic show. It was tragic, bro. But I love me a good cry. I love me a good story. Because anime don't hold nothing back. They always love to kill your family. So they don't hold nothing back. So yeah, I like their stories way more than any others. They just don't hold nothing back. But I ain't been watching like nothing outside of like I had to slow that down, pick specific ones I wanted to watch, and then kind of stick to it, and kind of go from there. And I'm also watching the greatest anime made by U.S. Americans, Avatar again. So that's been good.
Oh, yeah, Avatar is
Avatar,
yeah,
the last Airbender. You know I am talking
Zuko
about Korra. Now I went back and watched Korra's fights. Korra's fights were actually decent, but I did not like Korra like that. So, but Korra's fights, I was like, dang, they kind of throwing down. They got the animation better, you know, but nah.
Watching teenage drama.
Too much teenage drama in between that. But I actually like that stuff. Like, I started to realize I paid more attention to the romance stuff about the shows than I did about the fights and everything. That's probably why I didn't like Dragon Ball Z. I was like, he don't even like Chi-Chi. Why is like, I don't understand why I'm watching this. Every time, like, they bring some slice of life into it and then right back to a fight. And I'm just like, bro, I'm over this. I don't want to watch you fight all the time. So I'm pretty sure that's why I did not like Dragon Ball Z like that. And
Dragon Ball had more slice of life stuff in it.
Yeah. And I probably would like Dragon Ball more than I would like Dragon Ball Z, but I never watched Dragon Ball. I went straight to Z. So he was feeding them adrenaline junkies. He was feeding them adrenaline junkies with that one. I was like, bro, what is this? Every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, these dudes fighting. But yeah.
I can agree with that as a certified Dragon Ball Z fan. Going back rewatching, I'm like, man, this show, I don't know, man. Some of these fights ain't all that.
Yeah, no character building, fight. No character building, fight. Yeah.
I mean, the character building stuff. I mean, I don't necessarily need that entirely. Like, you got Vegeta character building, which is cool, but then like Goku's is cool at the same time because his is the type of person he is. Like, I think I talked about it. Like, his story arc never ends because of that. But everybody else's story arc do end. So it kind of, I think that's
not his. I'm not talking about their character building. I'm talking about the interactions with other characters. It felt as if everybody else was
trash.
Yeah, trash, and it just felt like those two. But it was fine because that is the first time we saw it. But then when I used to see it all the time elsewhere, I'm like, bro, and I'm not saying that, like when Naruto was derived from it, I said, when y'all made Shippuden, y'all lost me. When y'all made, when One Piece don't do it. Like, everybody gets 10 episodes to talk about their character, and that's why it's so long, because they haven't done it yet. They haven't left anyone behind to a degree. There are 3 main bigs, but most of everyone else is like have some type of thing that they're good at, and they're still useful versus not being, and I don't like that. So I mean, yeah, there's the main 3: Zoro, Sanji, Luffy. But then there's everybody else, and they also have their roles to play and what they do and all that good jazz. And they always give them their shine. But it's so long that I'm like, I start to skip through it because I'm now searching for just the main 3 because I want to get through the story. And when I'm watching Sanji, I'm watching Zoro's, and I'm watching Luffy fights. But every time they try to give me the fight for Chopper, I'm like, man, I'm out of here.
What's wrong with Chopper?
Nothing's wrong with Chopper, but I'm just like, I'm not watching that. I don't want to watch Chopper fight one of the big 3s from dang, I don't even know who they fighting right now. What's the name of the guy? Jesus, my brain is so shot. Yeah, but yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember his king. Can't remember the dude's name though.
Like, I think with some of the interactions, like with Dragon Ball Z, Goku was a lot more fond of some of the characters, like in Dragon Ball, and you could see like some of the relationships with some of the characters. But like in Dragon Ball Z, it kind of didn't seem like, Krillin like this dude best friend and stuff like that. But later on, it's like he's important, but he's not as like, I don't know. It just seemed like it ain't it wasn't the same. And I started finding more enjoyment out of seeing Vegeta interaction with characters and the small details. Like he actually called Krillin instead of calling him Baldy, or even his interaction with Yamcha. Like him and Yamcha don't like each other. Granted, Vegeta don't like nobody, but you know, seeing him open up to certain characters, not even open up, but like actually address somebody their name instead of calling Piccolo Green Man or Namekian and stuff like that. You like, all right, like, or helping out, like that type of stuff. You like, he makes Dragon Ball Z better because Goku consistency and inconsistency with how he felt about some of the characters and stuff like that. Just be like, all right. And then when they try to compare him to Super and stuff, I'm like, Goku ain't really that much more different. I think he just get a lot more screen time and more slice of life stuff or whatever. And you can see him being more quote unquote dumber because he's still dumb in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. So. No, yeah, I think that yeah, that type of stuff it was way more important than I first realized until I went back and I was like, yeah, I kind of prefer a well-rounded cast than a focused main character protagonist. So those types of stories are more important to me than most, and that's probably why I didn't want to get into My Hero. And I didn't like My Hero because I felt like it wasn't really gaining in a way that I thought it was going to be. Deku is a good character to me, and in itself, but he's not enough to carry a show. So, and then like the people that they were surrounding him with, I was like, no, I'm not interested in none of y'all. So, it just didn't feel like it was built the right way. It felt like it was built like around Deku, and then they kind of added the other people. Like they were afterthoughts. Like I don't find Lee to be an afterthought in Naruto. I didn't find Sakura to be an afterthought in Naruto. I thought they were like built together, but it was a little bit different when Shippuden came around. So I didn't like that half. So I don't watch it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why we started talking about anime that much, but that was our anime segment. We talked about the differences in, character arcs and all that stuff. If you really start breaking down anime, they all the same, but they all have like small, slight variations. And unfortunately, they all derived from Dragon Ball. We found that out too, didn't we, Jalen? Yeah, Dragon Ball was really the blueprint for dumb characters, dumb protagonists, and
no.
Yeah,
that were bright colors.
Bright I was gonna say that I seen a little bit of the show. I don't really like it, but people were saying that the movie for Slam Dunk is really good, which is the basketball anime. But they have like a movie out right now that people are saying was really good, like animation and story wise, because I think it's 3D animated, but they're saying it's a really good 3D animated version. Of because sometimes the 3D animation don't be good, but for this one it's really good. It's Slam Dunk the first Slam Dunk, that's the name of it. So I know y'all like basketball, y'all might like that.
Man, they gonna use Dunk Jam.
The first Slam Dunk
Bankai.
Okay.
They got this mug in Cinemark? Oh, they got this mug in movie theaters.
Yeah, it just came out. Well, like in the US. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's crazy. Okay, I might look that up then. Cool. But yeah. Okay.
What show you said? Kuroko no Basketball?
No, I don't think it's called from that. Is it derived from that?
It might be the original name. I don't know, but the actual movie is called The First Slam Dunk.
Yeah, that's what the movie is called. The First Slam Dunk.
I read somebody was like, man, they need to put anime basketball ESPN. I'm like, man.
Yeah, it's the same anime. Like I remember seeing it where it was like people was tweeting about it. It was like, oh, look at these black characters in anime, and they was playing basketball against the Japanese team. it was just funny.
Oh, I think this one. Hold on. I
Yeah,
think
this is
this
a
might be
different
something
anime.
different.
Yeah, this is different.
Yeah.
This isn't the one he's talking about. The dude,
Yeah.
the main
Kuroko
guy
no
got like
Basket.
orange hair or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. I agree.
This is different.
That anime was funny, man.
Okay. All right. Well, we ain't gonna keep y'all. We sorry for the delay and not getting to y'all sooner, but we got a lot to talk about. We always do. We always rambling, putting our thoughts together as we go. But overall, we hope y'all enjoy and are entertained by our voices and what we say and what we do. Because I know we try to make sure we are on time and we try to be consistent. So I'm gonna keep trying to do that, guys. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys for listening as always. If you got to this part, you're the real OG as usual, because I know it's tough, especially listening to us ramble, but it's tough. I get it, and I'm glad you're here. Anything else I want to say before we get up out of here, guys?
Nope.
Don't let them Raptors get you no more, man.
Yeah.
So many Raptors.
As Quasi always say, keep your head up like your nose bleeding.
Keep your head up.
Yeah. But all right, guys. Thanks for listening. Peace.